Stop scrolling your feed right now, because what you are staring at in this moment is not a dream, but a digital nightmare coming to life. It is a savage brute dressed in a bespoke tuxedo, a sophisticated secret agent who has decided to wield a massive sledgehammer. This machine is absolutely not designed for the faint of heart. It is a tactical weapon forged in shadow and built for intimidation. Aston Martin has taken their traditional British elegance and injected it with a heavy dose of pure, unadulterated darkness and high-tech malice. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves to meet the Vantage Shadow, and I strongly suggest that you try not to blink, even for a second. For well over a century, Aston Martin has built beautiful cars for gentlemen spies, but this machine represents a dark departure from tradition. But looking at this wide-body monster, you realize this isn't for saving the world, it is clearly designed for ruling it with an iron fist. The grille is larger, hungrier, and more aggressive than ever before, consuming air and asphalt in equal measure to feed the beast within. The silhouette is instantly unmistakable as an Aston, but the execution is sharper and more dangerous than a switchblade in a dark alley. Even viewed from behind, it possesses a sinister elegance that is impossible to ignore, demanding respect from everything else on the road. The aerodynamics have been sculpted by the wind itself, while the carbon fiber has been sculpted by a team obsessed with pure performance. These are 22 inches of diamond-cut alloy, specifically designed to shred the laws of physics and keep this monster planted to the ground. The lights don't just illuminate the road ahead, they slice through the night like high-powered lasers searching for a target in the darkness. The iconic wings are dark, heavy, and burdened with a legacy of speed, stripped of chrome and dipped in the shadows of the night. It stands there with a quiet confidence that screams absolute power without ever having to say a single word to prove its dominance. The paint is a complex fusion of heritage British racing green and modern shadow chrome, creating a finish that is both classic and alien. Functional vents channel air to cool the massive brakes and feed the engine, proving that every inch of this design serves a lethal purpose. Every single detail, even the side mirrors, is designed to cheat the wind and reduce drag to the absolute theoretical minimum. And the noise? We will get to that in a moment, but I promise you it is properly apocalyptic and earth-shattering. But a studio is nothing more than a cage, and a predatory cat like this needs to hunt in the wild to survive. Out here in the city, it prowls through the streets like a great white shark swimming through a neon-soaked ocean of concrete. The ride is firm and precise, connecting you directly to the wet pavement so you can feel every texture of the city beneath you. It turns heads on every corner, not just with noise, but with an undeniable magnetic presence that draws eyes like a moth to a flame. The British racing green paint drinks in the city lights like a fine wine, reflecting the energy of the nightlife back at the world. From the back, it looks wide, planted, and ready to launch into the horizon at a moment's notice, leaving everyone else behind. If you see this aggressive face appearing in your rearview mirror, you move over immediately because this car does not wait for anyone. It belongs right here, lurking outside the casinos and the five-star hotels, looking like the getaway car for a high-stakes heist. Despite the incredibly low-profile tires, it handles the urban decay and rough streets with a surprising amount of grace and composure. It cuts through the visual noise of the crowded city like a scalpel, standing out as a masterpiece of dark automotive art. Waiting at a red light has never looked this impatient, as if the car is straining against the brakes, begging to be unleashed. Just a gentle touch of the throttle and the entire city is left far behind in a blur of neon and rain. The finish is absolutely flawless, shedding the falling rain like water off a duck's back thanks to its advanced ceramic coating. It leaves a lasting impression on everyone who sees it, a red streak burned into your retina that you will not soon forget. Tunnel runs are mandatory because this is where the engine finally clears its throat and sings the song of its people. Back into the neon lights, the Shadow returns to its natural habitat, blending in with the darkness while standing out from the crowd. Parking is a precision sport when you have rims this expensive, requiring absolute focus to avoid scratching the diamond-cut finish. It sits there, smoking slightly from the heat of the engine, looking cool as hell and radiating an aura of untouchable cool. The dark wings badge on the hood is the only pass you need for the VIP entrance at any club in the world. Inside the cabin, you are isolated, protected, and completely anonymous, hidden away from the prying eyes of the outside world. But the exterior is only half the story, so let's open the door and step into the belly of the beast. The cockpit is a masterclass in minimalist restraint and luxury, stripping away the unnecessary to focus entirely on the driving experience. The driving position is low, snug, and perfectly aligned with the pedals, making you feel like an integral part of the machine. This is Bridge of Weir leather, stitched by hand and smelling of wealth, enveloping you in a level of comfort reserved for royalty. Haptic glass buttons replace the clutter of traditional switchgear, leaving clean lines that look more like a spaceship than a car. The technology is there when you need it and invisible when you don't, allowing you to focus on the road ahead. Cold carbon paddles feel like the triggers on a sniper rifle, inviting you to fire off gear changes with military precision. The AI lighting shifts color based on your heart rate and speed, connecting your biology directly to the car's operating system. Press the glowing crystal button and the world wakes up with a roar that vibrates through your chest and into your soul. Even the roof is lined with premium Alcantara, absorbing the sound of the outside world and cocooning you in silence. The digital dials are incredibly sharp, mimicking the precision of a high-end analog chronograph watch with perfect clarity. The machined aluminum pedals are perfectly spaced for heel and toe downshifts, inviting you to dance with the car's transmission. As the sun rises over the horizon, we leave the shadows of the city behind and head towards the open road. Daylight reveals the exquisite quality of the dashboard materials, showing that no expense was spared in the creation of this interior. It features a sound system so good you'll almost want to turn off the engine just to listen to the clarity. Leaving the noise of the city behind, we are now focused solely on the drive and the ribbon of tarmac ahead. Click the paddle, initiate the downshift, and feel the car leap forward as the engine screams towards the red line. Strap yourself in tightly because the road is about to get twisty and the G-forces are about to get very intense. It's a strict two-seater, intimate, and focused entirely on the shared experience between the driver and the passenger. Every control is weighted perfectly, feeling expensive to the touch and providing a tactile satisfaction that is rare in modern cars. We've seen enough of the luxury, now let's head to the mountains and see if this monster can actually dance. This winding mountain pass is where the Vantage Shadow truly comes alive, transforming from a luxury cruiser into a track weapon. The power delivery is absolutely relentless, surging like a tidal wave that threatens to overwhelm your senses with every gear change. It grips the tarmac with the desperation of a drowning man, holding the line through corners that would terrify lesser vehicles. The steering is telepathic, reading your mind before you even turn the wheel, reacting instantly to every thought and input. It hunts for apexes like a predator, devouring corners with a terrifying efficiency that defies the laws of physics. The noise coming from the rear is a mechanical symphony of explosions and fury that echoes off the canyon walls. It looks fast even when it's standing still, but in motion it becomes a blur of speed and aggression. Turn off the traction control and it instantly becomes a drift machine, sliding the rear end with joyous abandon. The massive carbon ceramic brakes shed speed as violently as the engine builds it, glowing hot with the effort of stopping. Flash through the shadows of the trees and the British racing green paint disappears, merging perfectly with the forest surroundings. It stays flat, composed, and incredibly confident, hugging the road surface closer than a shadow hugs the ground. You see a flash of green and chrome, and then it's gone, leaving only the sound of its exhaust behind. It leaves the competition choking on dust and envy, proving that it is the undisputed king of the mountain road. The numbers on the speedometer climb faster than your brain can process, blurring the world outside into a tunnel of speed. And stop. Take a deep breath. That was one of the most intense driving experiences I have ever had. The Aston Martin Vantage Shadow is not just a car, it's a vehicle designed specifically for the dark side of driving. It's beautiful, dangerous, and utterly captivating, a machine that demands your respect and rewards your bravery in equal measure. If James Bond ever decided to go rogue and leave the agency, this is exactly what he would choose to drive. It's not just a car, it's a license to thrill.